Dr. Renick was one of a kind. He made a difference in the campus atmosphere. He made a difference in the lives of the students, and I think he made a difference in the lives of the faculty.
Chancellor Renick was an inspiring and a really I found him to be a very warm figure. I always remember him having an open door policy. I always remember him being the kind of person who was willing to talk things out.
When I first heard about the building being renamed in his memory, I thought, what a wonderful tribute. Chancellor Renick's legacy, I would call him a chancellor of students, because not only was he concerned about the academic success of students, but he wanted them to grow as individuals.
The University Center is a very central part of my university experience because I spend most of my time here. Currently, I'm a member of Pride, which is the only LGBTQ org on campus, and I'm a member of the Public Health Society. And both of those orgs have really been instrumental in just making me feel community on campus. We often meet up at the University Center for our meetings, and it helps make sure that there's just a central place that we can gather, talk, and also just know what's happening on campus. The University Center is definitely the heartbeat of the university as a whole because you have everyone coming through here. And so you get to see a little microcosm of what is happening all over campus.
I had a chance to meet Chancellor Renick during my first year on campus. I'll never forget, we were actually sort of, in the atrium area, and he told me that, I should get involved. On student government, one of my roles was to sort of take issues to him and to say, hey, here's what I'm hearing from the students. I never found him to be someone who was hesitant to listen at all. He was always open to hearing other points of view. One of the things that I appreciate now, looking back, is that, the leaders you meet when you're a student can have an extraordinary impact on your life. You may not realize it at the time, but they will.
So the University of Michigan-Dearborn has a long legacy, thanks to Dr. Renick, of being engaged in community in a variety of ways. Because of Chancellor Renick's leadership in creating the MLK Day of Service at U of M-Dearborn, we proudly this year will be hosting the 30th annual MLK Day of Service. And we continue to see thousands of hours of service each year from faculty, staff, students, and alumni. Building connections and community was a priority of Chancellor Renick, and today we are proud that that is a part of the fabric of who we are at the University of Michigan-Dearborn.
I remember the MLK Day of Service in 2000, and Chancellor Renick pulled me aside and said, hey, I'd like you to say something on stage. So he spoke, and then I had a chance to speak right after him. And it was a really breakthrough moment for me because I was able to look out at this audience and realize just how diverse it was, just how many people had gathered together that looked different, that were from different backgrounds, different experiences. Then we were all there to do something shared together. And, Chancellor Renick had talked about the importance of that, but to be on stage and to sort of almost see it from his point of view was a really special thing for me. And I have to say that it has influenced everything that I have done since. To me, Chancellor Renick really kind of inspired the notion that when you have diverse voices in the room, you're going to make better decisions. You're going to reach better outcomes. You're going to create better things. It's always really inspiring for me to see a legacy continue, especially when it's somebody who has really earned that place.
It's really good to know that his vision is still living in the University Center, and the building's being dedicated to that. And so it's good to make sure that we have that legacy of a chancellor and kind of keep that acknowledgement going, kind of like what we had and where we're going.
It's such an honor to be able to recognize those who have contributed in meaningful ways to the experience of our students in such a positive way. Chancellor Renick was an important figure in UM-Dearborn history, and we're so glad to be able to carry that legacy forward.
I imagine that he would greet this moment with the same level of humility that I always knew him to greet it with. I see him stepping up to a podium, giving a warm speech, making everybody in the audience feel like it's not just his accomplishment, but their accomplishment, that they had the voices that were needed in order to make this happen. And in the end, I think we would all walk out of the room feeling like we did this together, because that's what Chancellor Renick did.
Knowing him, I think deep down that he would be very appreciative, very humbled. It's so well deserved, and I'm so excited that this is happening for him.